I've been tinkering away on an email client, and for syncing the emails from the inbox into my application, I wanted to use the concurrency facade to run multiple syncs at the same time with one command. I ran into an issue though. There's no way of specifying the timeout for the processes that are used when you use the process driver. So I went source diving, figured out how the concurrency facade works under the hood, and I'm going to be sharing that with you today in case you need to use the same thing for whatever reason. Okay, so looking at the code here, this is what I've got. I have my array of tasks. When you build up to use the concurrency facade, you pass it an array of essentially closures that do a little bit of work. In this case, I'm splitting my accounts table and segmenting it per thread. So each one will work through a certain section of the email accounts to sync in all of the emails. The problem is that this can take a long time. So I don't want the process to stop if it takes more than 60 seconds. I want it to carry on until it's finished. That's fine. The problem is that with the concurrency facade, I can't specify a timeout. So I can do concurrency run tasks like that, and that'll work great for about 60 seconds, and then it will shut down, which is probably good functionality, having a default timeout. The issue is, if you look at the documentation, there's no timeout option at all, which is a problem. So we'll figure out how the concurrency facade spins up these tasks and then just implement it ourselves. First step is going into the facade, and then it says see the concurrency manager, so we'll go in there. Then there's drivers. Now I'm just using the default process driver for this one, so we'll have a look in there, and this is the run command, which is the same as the run command here. Perfect. So what's it doing? Well, it's building up a command here for the invoke serialized closure command. And then it's creating a pool using the process factory. And then it's just adding each one of the tasks to the pool, starting and waiting. Now, that's not too bad. I think we can implement that. So first step would be to get a process factory. Now, this is a illuminate process factory. Cool. So we'll go back to here. Okay, so first we're going to instantiate a process factory. So what I'm going to do is make a variable called process factory, and then I'm going to use this, the illuminate process factory there. Bang. We have a process factory. Perfect. Let's go back to the driver. So it's calling the pool method on that, and then giving it a closure with tasks and the command. I mean, we can just copy this. Go back to my command. Process factory, paste that in, close that off. Lovely. Okay, so we have a pool, and then how is it attaching them? We've got pool, as, and key. Okay, so a key is, I'm assuming, just an arbitrary key. Here it just looks like it's using the index, so I imagine we can do the same thing. So if we just do for each tasks as key task, then we can go back here and it's doing this. I don't see any reason why not to just completely copy this. Make sure you import the serializable closure and then command as well. We need that. So we'll go back to here, copy this, paste it in here. Make sure that's imported, illuminate console application. Perfect. I'd forgotten one detail. Just need to add in forever. Like that. So this is just using, again, if you go to the Laravel docs, go to processes, forever is just disabling the process timeout completely. So we can have this process run as long as we want it to, which is ideal. And now I can run my command. And we've got it syncing with up to 10 threads. We'll have a look at the log. And we can see accounts syncing. Fantastic. Awesome. That's how you do multiple threads in concurrency without having a timeout.